In this process simulator solution, we're going to show you how to calculate and display the cycle time and the average cycle time of the entities. So first we'll take a look at the variables that we need to find in the model. So we'll right click in the layout and select variables and elements. So we have 4 different variables we'll need to have defined in the model. The v total time, which will keep track of the total amount of time that it takes for all of the entities to process, and we have it set as a real type number. The v cycle time will keep track of each individual entity cycle time that enters the model, and we also have it set as a real type number and also displayed in the layout with a graphic. The v completable will keep track of the number of entities that go through the model, and it is set as an integer type number. Then the v average time is the average cycle time for all of the entities, and we have it displayed in the layout as well and set as a real type number. Now if we go to the attributes table, we just have one attribute called a start time defined. So let's right click at the arrival of our customer into activity 1 and select properties and click into the arrival logic. So we set the a start time equal to the system clock in minutes, and so that will assign each entity a start time which will be held within that attribute value. Now if we click into the properties of our exit out of the model and click into the logic, so this v cycle time, which keeps track of the cycle time for each entity, in order to calculate that we set it equal to the clock minus the a start time. So that will give us the total time it took for the entity to go through the system. And then we'll just display the cycle time, and then in order to calculate the average cycle time for all of the entities, we increment our v completed variable, which keeps track of the number of entities that go through the model, and then we increment the v total time by the cycle time of the current entity, and so that will just keep track of the total time for all of the entities. And then to calculate the average time, we set it equal to the total time divided by the v completed, or the number of entities that have gone through the model. And we just have our different variables displayed here in the model. So this is our cycle time and this is our average cycle time. So we'll click simulate. Our first display statement tells us that the first entity had a cycle time of 19 minutes. The second one had a cycle time of 18 minutes. And as you can see, the average cycle time is displayed here, and our cycle time changes with each entity. And that's how you calculate and display the cycle time and the average cycle time in Process Simulator. Have a great day and happy modeling.